Module Objective. This module is designed to equip you with a deep, versatile understanding of line, shape, and form, the most fundamental visual elements of drawing. It teaches you how to transition from flat 2D sketches to three-dimensional illusions by mastering how lines and shapes evolve into volumetric forms. You will explore the expressive, structural, and conceptual functions of these core elements in both observational and imaginative contexts. The element of line, foundation of all drawing. Lines are more than marks. They are the visual manifestation of direction, motion, and expression. A single line can suggest structure, emotion, tension, weight, or movement. This section covers types of lines. Contour. Lines define the outer boundary and internal edges of forms. Cross-contour lines wrap around forms, suggesting volume and surface curvature. Gesture lines express movement, rhythm, and fluidity. Quick and loose. Hatching and cross-hatching. Lines placed closely or intersecting to create tone and texture. Implied lines created through alignment of elements, negative space, or directional gaze. Calligraphic lines, lines that vary in width and rhythm to convey artistic style or emotion. Mechanical verses, expressive lines, precision versus emotional charge in visual narrative. Line, quality, weight, thick, thin, impacts, emphasis, depth, and hierarchy. Texture, smooth, rough. Affects, surface, and mood. Speed and energy. Lines made quickly versus slowly carry different kinetic signatures. Understanding shape, the building block of structure. Shapes are flat, enclosed areas that result from lines meeting or implied boundaries. They're foundational for design, proportion, and initial sketch construction. Categories of shape: geometric shapes, square, triangle, circle, precise, and mathematical. Organic shapes, irregular, fluid, and found in nature. Positive and negative shapes, object, positive, versus space around it, negative. Abstract shapes, simplified or stylized versions of complex forms. Symbolic shapes, communicate culturally relevant visual language, e.g., icons. Shape in design and planning. Shape blocking for layout planning. Thumbnail sketching using simplified shapes. Using shape repetition and variation to guide viewer eye and rhythm. The evolution of form, from flat to dimensional. Form is shaped with depth, mass, and volume, the core of realistic rendering. Basic forms: sphere, cube, cylinder cone, torus. These basic forms are manipulated through perspective and shading to represent more complex subjects, e.g., human anatomy, architecture, mechanical design. Creating illusion of form. Line plus light plus perspective equals form. Understanding, light logic. Highlight, mid-tone, core shadow, reflected light, cast shadow. Using contour and cross-contour lines to suggest form curvature. Foreshortening and form distortion techniques to draw objects that extend towards/away from the viewer. Compression and exaggeration based on viewpoint. Integration, combining line, shape, and form. Building compositions by sketching with loose lines, defining shape, refining with value. Practicing mass drawing, where form is built from solid shape instead of contour. Using line economy, how fewer lines can suggest greater form. Perception and cognitive training, seeing versus knowing. Training the brain to draw what's observed, not what is assumed. Edge detection, how the eye interprets transitions in shape/form. Silhouettes as form identifiers. Recognizing figures from their outline only. Application exercises and studies. Drawing 3D forms from 2D shapes using light and shadow. Practicing simplified mannequins of human and animal bodies using basic forms. Drawing still life setups composed of geometric solids. Reinterpreting complex objects, chairs, tools, bottles, as composite forms. Learning outcomes. By the end of Module 2, you will Analyze and create lines that define structure and convey expression. Build drawing compositions from accurate shape construction. Transform flat shapes into dimensional forms through light, shadow, and volume. Identify and use positive-negative space effectively. Prepare for figure and object drawing through form deconstruction.